Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the house with the Hinderer Knives Eklipse here with me for a review. We're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy. But hey, don't forget to like the video, and maybe you can also subscribe to the channel if you aren't already subscribed to it, and that's gonna help a lot. That's gonna help me a lot to keep going and cranking these reviews out. So let's go ahead and check the size first of this guy. You've got an 8.3 inch long overall in length, which is going to correspond to 21 centimeters, and I would say 3.5 inch long cutting edge with a 4.8 inches long handle, and in centimeters that's going to be equivalent to roughly 9 centimeters and 12. But let's see how this guy is comparing up against some popular options. Here we've got Ontario Rat number 1, and of course we've got Ontario Rat number 2 right over here. And you can see this is just a little bit a smidge smaller than the Ontario Rat number 1. And let's just quickly check also a couple options from Benchmade, pretty popular bag out right over here, and also pretty popular mini bag out. And you can see that the Eclipse, yeah, it's kind of like a big boy compared to these two guys, because that's a 3.5 inch long blade. And check it out up against the Spyderco Para 3, and you can also appreciate the size up against the Paramilitary 2 right up there. And you can notice that pretty much we're in the same ballpark of this guy up top here, but with a little bit better handle to blade ratio for the Hinderer. Maybe you are a Chris Reeve Knives fan and you own a Sebenza. In this case, you're gonna see the small Sebenza 21, and this is the large Sebenza 21, and yeah, pretty much same size of this bad boy, but the Sebenza wins for the cutting edge, so a little bit more for that. Let me show you another couple options here, because we have ZT0393, of course, which is the same design, and here we've got the Hinderer XM18, so also 3.5 inch blade, so that's a pretty nice group family photo. And what else can I show you guys? Just another couple options. We've got Chicago F3 in a pretty cool micarta scales. I want to show you this guy because it's a smaller Shiro, and it's the Neon Custom Division NL in this case. That is it. Want to see a couple more? Sure, why not? How about this guy? Look at this. Another couple options here. We have small Nirvana and large Nirvana. So you can see where this guy stands also, like compared to some Rasenti goodness. There you have it. So let's quickly check this guy out, because this is a very interesting knife. It's the Hinderer Knives Eklipse. In this case, you got a nice titanium frame lock. Pretty thick slabs of titanium here on the lock side. You've got some nice bright orange G10 scale going on with classic pattern going on, super grippy. It's very good. It's not slippery at all. You've got some nice chamfering going on around the edge and on the inside of the liner, so nothing is gonna be sharp here. Like, yeah, that's pretty cool. There is no internal skeletonization, by the way, so just remember that. You have a very cool look when closed. It's nice. Honestly, I prefer the harpoon going on over here. It would be fantastic in a Spanto harpoon, but yeah, it's just like a swedged Spearpoint. Not a biggie, but yeah, that's what I feel it's missing over here. But nonetheless, this has a very cool design. It's the Eclipse, so it's pretty popular. Love these two finger grooves, by the way, just really comfortable. You've got a couple of three standoffs actually right over here, 1, 2, 3, blacked out. There is no lanyard hole option over here. Probably you can wrap it around the standoff here, but yeah, it might be snag the tip of the blade, which is, by the way, nicely recessed, so you cannot touch it. It's centered. It's well protected, so you're gonna be good to go. You have the classic Hinderer style flipper tab with some jimping going on over here. You have, I think this is a T6, but also, yeah, these are T6 Torx bit flathead screwdriver. I think 11 or 12 spanner. I don't remember. I never remember this spanner that's needed here. You have a Phillips one screwdriver needed, and this is an Allen wrench. So you have a little bit of different tool bits needed to take this guy apart. Which is not a huge deal, but just remember that. You can also check my disassembly video to see how to maintain and take care of this bad boy right over here. But it's going to be pretty straightforward. You have the hardware, which is absolutely flush in the handle, sticking out a little bit on the pivot. And also, you have a titanium tip-up carry only pocket clip, which is gonna show this much knife when carried, and you have a very nice clip ramp to slide it in and out of your pocket. This guy is actually reversible for tip down carry, but it's not, you cannot mount it on the show side, so it's just gonna be here, tip up or tip down. And then you've got this pretty cool Spearpoint swedged blade with the jimping going on, which is not too aggressive, I have to say. You've got some nice, a little bit of chamfering, but the big swedge going on over here. And then you have some nice flat grind, and just goes down, and you have maybe 20% belly, straight edge up to the sharpening choil. And you've got the Hinderer Knives shiny silver logo. USA M390 steel on the back, tri-way pivot right on the flipper tab, and then you've got these two standoffs, blacked out stone wash finish. These, sorry, not standoff, these are thumb stud. I keep making that mistake, but it's okay. Thumb stud, they are absolutely functional. I still can't do like a spider flick. I don't know. I can do like two fingers like that. I can do thumb flick, but I can't do the spider flick. I really can't. I don't know why. It's just me, but I'm sure you can. And then you can do, of course, like just a flipper tab deployment. But let's quickly check the thickness right over here. So it's going to be 0.163 inches, and the let's see, behind the edge, this guy is pretty thin. Yeah, it's going to be 0.02 0.0225. So it's not like super thin behind the edge, but it's okay because you see it's not too tall. There's the swedge keeping the thickness at this point, so the blade is gonna be sturdy, but it's not like super slicey, but still it's not too bad. You have a little bit of billboarding going on, but it's nothing too crazy. Pretty cool grind, I have to say, nice and symmetrical. It's good. And then you have the sound, which is really a classic Hinderer sound, like clacky, clicky, clacky. It's not resounding. It's a little bit percussive, not really piercing or nothing. It's a nice clack. It's it transmits a feeling of reliability, of something sturdy in your hand when you deploy this guy. Absolutely, it's locked in place like solidly. So pretty good. Let's just quickly check the weight on this guy, because it's not like a super light knife. There's no internal skeletonization going on, and it's gonna be reflected in that 5.2 ounces in the pocket. You're gonna feel it. It's substantial, it's hefty, but it's good. If it's an overbuilt knife, guys, it's still like a rock solid. It feels rock solid, zero hotspots, fantastic. These two grooves are just fantastic. Great ergs, I have to say. Like this dimple right over here, it's fantastic for the thumb. These two are great for the index and the middle finger. It's just gonna, my hand wraps perfectly around it, and it just doesn't want to go anywhere because of the grippiness of the texture of this scale. It's just gonna keep it glued to my hand. Really cool. Great fit and finish as always. Nothing is wrong with this, just perfect alignment. The scale just matches perfectly the contour of the liner underneath. It's just well put together. I mean, it's very nice. There's no rattling, and you have no blade play. Absolutely rock solid blade. You have like this flipper tab, which is pointy, of course. Like you can't really do like a push button, like you cannot, no, can't. But you're gonna just do a light switch and it's gonna be good. And it's like pointy like that because first responder might use this guy and they might wear gloves, thick gloves, and you want something that's gonna, you know, catching the glove, and you want to be able to deploy this with no issues at all. And that's probably why this is like that. So just do the light switch and you're gonna be good to go. Or you can do like a thumb, using your thumb stud and thumb flicking. This guy is gonna be probably even faster and more pleasant than the regular flipper tab deployment. Also, you've got, of course, the tri-way pivot option, so you can do phosphorus bronze washers, Teflon washers, or bearings, like as I have installed right here, to have a nice and pleasant action and fast deployment. So it's going to be up to you. You can change it up to your taste, and that's a pretty fantastic thing. Nice clip ramp tension. It's not too stiff. It's going to be keeping your knife in your pocket like pretty securely, so no problem on that. Medium to, I would say, medium strong detent. It makes this blade just like fly open like crazy. Beautiful, really, really cool. But honestly, I still prefer like this. Yeah, it's faster. Like this thumb stud, yeah, takes the cake for me 100%. You don't have any guillotine effect. As you can see, you have to wiggle a little bit, but it's not a biggie. I mean, come on, let's get serious. It can just shake it a little bit. It's gonna be pretty much good to go. So there you have it. I mean, this is a very, very interesting knife. A great ergos, fantastic, super solid, overbuilt. It's a beast of a knife. It's a tank. It's a little bit heavy, but looks good. Sounds pretty nice. But the ergos, guys, are just fantastic. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.